was a game we played last night. This would be another practice with commentating. Let's see if I can get some camera controls going. Okay. So this is on Hillfort, which has shared bases and has protected walls, which will keep you safe in the early game, but very limited resources, particularly food. And so we have to push out to the middle of the map. This map generation in particular has a lot of hills in the middle, which will be good for taking advantageous fights. There's also a lot of trees with little choke points in them, like here. Some big ones are right here, and so we'll be able to use this terrain to, both teams will be able to use these terrain features to their advantages. On the top side team, we have Kratos, some Magyars. Their civilization bonus, they have very good cavalry. So on a typical map, they might go with scout cavalry early on because they get free upgrades. Probably not on this map because the scout cavalry won't do much against these walls. They do have very good trash late game because their unique unit technically turns into trash. This is the Huns. Devil Forever, playing the Huns in light blue, is also a cavalry civilization. The Huns have just very good cavalry, also very good cavalry archers, I believe. And the last, dark blue, is the Goths. This is typically played as a boom civilization, and typically in a pocket position, although on this map it doesn't matter too much. Everyone's kind of a pocket if they want to be. Goths typically like to hit late Imperial or mid Imperial, where they can start flooding units, although with recent changes to their early game, they might be encouraged to attack a little earlier. We'll see. Call them as a gray, blue, blue. Call them Team Blue Steel or something. On the bottom is myself and my friends. I am playing Chinese, which is a very well-rounded civilization. In particular, they have camel riders, which will be very useful against all the cavalry. That leaves us. No. Another feature they have is chokunus, which are short-range archers that fire multiple arrows. So it's very good against armor targets, such as the Goth Huskarls. Pat is also playing Goths himself, and so he'll be doing very similar. He'll be a kind of Goth for Scoth here. They're primarily an infantry civilization. Their most common team comp is probably pikemen and huskarls. Huskarls with their high pierce armor being able to deal with archers, and pikemen being very cheap and dealing with cavalry very well. So we'll need a lot of those as well. Finally, it's the Cumans. Will in red is playing the Cumans, and they're most famous for their cavalry archer, the Kipchak, or the Kipachaka as they are lovingly referred. They're basically normal cavalry archers, but they have a very good auto attack, and they fire multiple arrows. And so between the Chokunus and the Kipchaks, they will actually do fairly well against their usual archer counters with high pierce armor. So skirmishers, huskarls will still do well against them, but not as well. They won't be as hard countered as a standard archer will be. Nothing insane in the early game. Nothing too crazy is happening yet. Kratos is doing very well with not having his TC idle, and so he's one more bill. Taking lots of food. Looks pretty standard so far. Both teams will have some resources, 3 tiles, and extra gold. Oh, one over here, okay. So some gold and stone in the back of each base. The front will have quite a bit more, as well as some big hills that you can control. One here. One here. Arguably one here. The biggest one will probably be this middle center here. this would be big as well. There are several relics scattered around the map. I think 2 in the back of each base and 4 in the center. Gray is already starting feudal age, so is blue. All standard looking builds so far. Check how the scouting is going on both sides. Some scouting over here. An idle scout here. You scout deep into enemy territory over here. We'll see. Nope, Kratos hits feudal first. The others are not far behind. We'll see if he does anything with it. Building a blacksmith straight off.
Yeah. Igen.
Just a blacksmith for now. Yeah, just a blacksmith. Pancake is building 2 archery ranges. We'll go for an early archer play. Everyone else either has not hit feudal yet, or it looks like they're going fast castle. Yes, blacksmith and market here. Cleverly blocking off this gate, which is a weak point. The gates are a little bit weaker than the walls themselves, so it's a common area for attack, especially in early raids. Gray's look like they're all going fast castle with markets, blacksmiths. Will making use of the cumin special tech, I guess you could say, or civ bonus of being able to build their town centers 1 age early in feudal age, and so as soon as he hits feudal, he goes for a second PC. That should give him an early boost in economy. Dark Blue is already well into his research for Castle Age. I expect Gray will follow suit very quickly as soon as he picks up the resources for it. Yeah, just one gold shy, and then he'll click up. Yeah, immediately. Red TC going up. First force of archers, just 4 for now. Pat has also clicked up to castle, so he's on the way. There's market, blacksmith, and starting to build barracks. Six archers. Oh, a little bit of scout aggression here. We'll see if this is able to deny the TC. Looks almost like he's missing. No. His own scout comes to the rescue, and this TC will go up. They'll be able to garrison inside too. Blue hits Castle Edge very quickly. idle villager, but it's a very, very quick castle. Gray will be not far behind. Will has already built a bit of a villager lead, looks like. Yes, with 32 villagers. The benefit of having an extra TC early on. The Team 1 on top has hit a quick pair of castle ages. Meanwhile, Pancake moves out with a force of 10 archers to see if he'll be able to do anything. Might not be able to. Knights should be coming out soon enough from these castle age cavalry civilizations. Pat going for a very quick castle up on this tiny hill. Also looks like he'll be expanding to the back as well. So far, no military except for these 10 archers. These are the only military units that have been produced. Oh, Gray's actually... Kratos is trying to expand. We'll see if this gets interrupted by these archers. Would Scout come to help? No. Kind of just runs by. But this expansion is successfully delayed. Not stopped, but delayed for now. We'll hit this. A little late though. These knights are already coming in as reinforcing from the other side. Yeah, that's 4 knights. That's already trouble. Blue has expanded. Light blue is also expanding. Actually, in retrospect, I should have just backed up into this gap here and just denied anyone who came to build this town center. Probably still would have died, but would have taken a little more to clean up. And could have stalled these guys a little longer as well. But those archers will get cleaned up. Secondary force. Unlikely they'll be sent out though, knowing that there are knights on the field. The question is if they will try to raid this forward TC. Do they see it? They do see it. So they should know it's here. Yeah, there's quite a few. 9 knights and a scout cap from 2 teams. Can do quite a bit of damage if they break into anything, or if they raid this. Oh, that could still just garrison, but could delay them for a while. Blue sending reinforcements. So Team 1 has all gotten their second TC up. Here, here, and here. Pat and Will have gotten their second TCs. I have not yet. Did we a couple of knights go for the gate break? Put a couple of houses and that'll be fixed. These knights are floating around, getting chased by a couple of pikemen from Pat. We'll see if they manage to accomplish anything. They try to back the back door. Oh. Will is building a castle up here. Oh, these knights could deny it though. There's 8 of them. That's enough to do the job. They go for the TC goes instead though. Ah, no, that's it. They see it now. Will going for the quick walls. Oh, but the villager doesn't hit it in time. The knights get in and deny this castle. These pikes should be able to scare them off though. But he does lose quite a few villagers in the process here. So if they're driven off, these foes will come finish the castle. I believe the Goths are not able to build Stone walls. We'll have to check that later. I don't believe the Goths are able to build stone walls, and so he's actually using houses to wall across this line here. I think they want this to be a safe staging ground for armies and for trade later as well. Light blue and dark blue have both... Nope, sorry, just light blue has gotten to 3 TCs already. Dark blue has 2 TCs and a castle going up. Very, very aggressive. This is probably going to be the first point of contention on this map. This castle is in a nice spot. It's on a hill. It can't be flanked from this side, so it'll be quite nice. But Team 1 will be able to get multiple players up here. A couple of Huskarls, pikemen, and archers up here. Yellow has expanded back here. Will has expanded forward rather than backwards. So yeah, 3 TCs for Will, 2, just 1 for myself. They might be building 1 though. TC going up for blue, and so they'll be on 3, 3, and 2 respectively. Fairly passive game so far. I believe both teams are happy to go for an economic boom. The fort-like nature of this map is particularly conducive to that. However, Team 1 above clearly has a economic lead, in particular over Pat and myself. We're lagging far behind on those, being on 2 and 1 TCs respectively. A couple camels coming out will be a good counter. This castle from Pat is excellently placed. This is a great vantage point over on this high ground. Units will not really be able to funnel in here too easily, so the main attack will probably be from here. This will be Team 2's. Got a strong hold down here. Triple castle from 2 players. These knights just kind of chilling here next to the town center, seeing what's up. The first Kipchak is out. Immediately gets shot down. Oh, no, not the first Kipchak. Sorry, there are 9 Kipchaks. Looks like this will be the first raiding party. First of many, really. Good defensive castle here by Kratos, but doesn't cover this entryway, and so these Kipchaks will have free reign to come in. Town bell rung by Kratos, which will idle a lot of villagers. Get some damage off and some idle time, but doesn't get too much more damage. We'll start trying to break through the walls on the side. It'll be difficult to wall this off because I believe they'll be ranged by the Kipchaks. Yeah. Slowly building up a couple forces here. Loses several villagers here trying to get that house up. And the house goes down as well. We'll see if they're able to bust through. Oh, group of Huskarls coming in. We'll see if they go for castle? No. Ah, knights coming in. Yeah, Kipchaks will have to run. Some skirms as well, which will be very dangerous. Gives them a little loop. But very nice pathing from the Huskarls will catch them out of position. And actually, we'll lose all of them. Oh, one survivor. He reaches Imperial Age on 2 TCs faster than anybody else. That's kind of insane, actually. He doesn't yet have the production facilities or the economy to back up a true Goth flood, but he will be teched for it pretty soon. Blue's still in Castle Age, but he has a very healthy economy, 96 already. And he's starting to build up the production facilities as well. Light Blue also has already hit Imperial Age very, very quickly. He's going for the looks like the Cavalier upgrade. Is it? Yeah, Cavalier. Again, very, very passive game so far. Everyone's just booming straight to Imperial. I believe Team 1 has the lead right now as they have multiple TCs and a huge villager lead over Team 2. Myself is still on 55, but has 3 TCs, and so that will be hopefully evening out eventually. Team 1 Goths also reaches Imperial. Immediately researches Perfusion. Is it? Yes, Perfusion, which will allow the flood to commence. See if Pats have Perfusion. No, not yet. Oh, maybe. Pretty fast production speed. Oh, Kipchak raid from Will coming in this way. Oh, gets a couple of those kills. We'll see how Team 1 responds. It's a pretty dangerous death ball here. 20 Kipchaks. Dark Blue has already lost quite a few villagers. The Goths probably won't be too happy about that. Dark Blue will send a force of Huskarls out to go match these Kipchaks, who are making a little round of all the villagers. At the same time, Team 2 will start an attack on this castle. He does 3 siege ramps. Usually you want 4 to kill it, but with all these supporting forces that may be enough. Pikemen and camel riders against cavaliers. Hard to say which way that will go, because this is a lot of cavaliers. A lot of idle fighters which could be fighting as well. Actually a lot of idle fighters on both ends. These camels and these cavaliers chilling. But this castle will go down. Meanwhile, as these Kipchaks had made their way into the base, wreaking a little havoc inside the home. Yes, Team 1 was able to push back. Although they've forgotten this single capped ram who's having a little fun. Should just send these Huskarls over to deal with it. Instead sends these Huskarls up to deal with the Kipchaks, I see. Still alive. Has taken losses, but taking quite a few villas along with them. Oh, this Cap Ram actually took out this town center. Blue was not paying attention. Some of these pikemen just running forward to cause a little bit of chaos. Rule is always Kipchaks, but the damage has been done. A lot of distraction time and a lot of villas killed. And with multiple castles here, he's able to replenish his Kipchaks fairly quickly. Second battle coming in. Huskarls have high pierce armor, but they can still fall to pikemen and chokanus, especially if they have hill advantage. Team 1 is massing quite the formidable army up here, though. Very well balanced. Huskarls, which will be able to soak quite a bit of archer fire. So will these cavaliers. Cavalry archers for support. And multiple trebuchets for siege. This is a very dangerous push here. Not a very high number of camel riders and archers, although it's quite a few Kipchaks. Oh, you don't want camel riders fighting Huskarls. That's bad. Team 1 backs off for some reason. Oh, okay. Devil is researching Paladin. Probably wants to wait for the Paladin upgrade to come in, to kick in before attacking with this force. Most likely, as soon as this Paladin upgrade comes in, this Death Ball is gonna start marching in. 4 rams, 4 siege rams, and 3 trebuchets. It's a scary building push. Nothing happening here? No. Oh. Raiding party of elite skirmishers here. Ah, Pancake finally reaches the Imperial Age. Ooh, just walking under tower fire. Is able to snipe the Choconu though. Still very, very passive right now. Just waiting for Team Death Balls to clash. Paladin has come in. They will probably attack soon. 46 Huskarls. And some extra pikemen as well. Looks like they're waiting for 200 pop almost. Actually, Will already is 200 pop. Instead, they send their forces west. Perhaps in response to this. 51 Kipchaks from Will. Oh no, they're just walking out by themselves. Splitting against the town center. Oh, battle is about to be joined. Reinforcing Chokonus coming from the side. Oh, the trebuchets are out of position. Trebuchets, oh, I love that sound. Trebuchets go down very, very quickly. Still looks like Team 1 has a superior numbers. There's a lot of paladins back here. Cavalry archers also coming into support soon. A big battle, but not enough for Team 2. These will all get mopped up very quickly. Will's Kipchaks are coming back to reinforce. But that's an overwhelming number of paladins over here. A lot of very quickly reinforcing pikemen though. We'll see if they just walk around. Oh no, the pikemen. Steady stream of pikemen coming in though. The siege rams will make it up to the castle. And the Kipchaks start laying down fire. These cavalry archers are shooting the castle instead of the Kipchaks, but I think this castle will go down a little bit more quickly though. Looks like a dicey position for Team 2. It's a commanding push coming in. But you can see the power, the strength of the Goth here. Is constantly flooding units in. Most of the Kipchaks are staying alive though, kiting well. These paladins are venturing into the fire of 2 castles, which is a little dubious. They might have done better if they just attacked down this way. It would be unprotected over here, or less protected. But I think they want to go straight for the jugular here. Team 1 starts to retreat, actually. More Chokonus are coming up. Chokonus and Kipchaks. Team 1 takes a wind, removes this castle off the map, but backs off. This one monk, hard at work healing people. No, a relic take. Devil has built some ballsy Stables here, right under this castle, just outside of range, 1 tower range. Looks like Team 2 wishes to counterattack here with this. Team 1 does have plenty of forces to respond, scattered a little bit. And the siege is joined. Kratos has started making Magyar Hussars. That's a lot of paladins. 50-something paladins, roughly. Which is pretty scary. They have very high armor. 7 pierce armor and 5 melee armor. They are very, very tanky boys. 1 trebuchet up here, sieging this castle. And 1 trebuchet up here, I believe also sieging this castle. Yes. Huge battle on the hill. You can see the multiple shots coming in from choking using Kipchaks. The paladins are really tanky. They do back off, but the Huskarls are in here. Pat's troops are winning on the left side. It's getting a little dicey on the hill though here. A lot of high pierce armor melee units are closing on the archers. Gotta send these reinforcements. Team 1 looks like they're about to break through. These Shokunis manage to stand against the wall and fight and push them back. Buys just enough time for his veritable stream of units to come stem this bleeding here. Oh, Trebuchet over here gets picked up by the Kipchaks. A couple of Rose Seed Rams also pushing on the right side as well. Pat deletes his houses to make a little more room for his melee units to run in. Team 1 is pushed back, but still has a healthy army here. Most of the economies have equalized by now. Pancake still lagging behind, has 81, but everyone else has a very healthy amount. Devil actually has 134, which is a lot. Looks like he needs it to support all of his paladins. They have already started trade, actually. Trade up here. There's some trade markets down here. And a bit of a foray. These walls are also up to help protect this region for trade later. Flood of pikemen coming in, but the two sides back off. Oh, this is like the Riders of Rohan coming down the hill here. Gotta play some Lord of the Rings. Both sides just dancing back and forth right now. I think nobody really wants to engage, truly. A little bit of an extra force here, 2 trebuchets, and a bunch of hussars. Almost forgot the hussars actually have a bonus damage against siege, which will be very useful later. Again, archers on the hill. Couple siege rams. Unclear why. That's a very pretty breed here. All these hussars make a mad dash through the main line, taking heavy loss along the way. They ran into a bunch of camels and will run into a bunch of pikemen and Kipchaks as well. They do successfully divert Kipchaks backwards though. But the rest of the team doesn't follow up. Hill is secure for now. Look at all those corpses though. This is a hero castle. Been holding on here for quite some time. Looks like round 2 of this battle. Oh, blue sends Trebuchet and a bunch of rams. Start chipping away at these castles. They know that they have to stem the Kipchak production. Oh, I think both of these castles will go down. Large force of Kipchaks will come to respond. However, both Rams and Huskarls are particularly good against archers. So this may be difficult to clean up. But some extra infantry coming in though. The melee will help against. The Kipchaks fire so many arrows that these Rams actually melt under their fire. Successfully save. Maybe? No? I think it's does not save the castle, but is able to clean up the force. Oh, unanswered siege over here. Trailer seeing some hussars taking out pancakes. Second castle on this hill. Was Kipchaks. Some of past forces now make a push in to production. Team 1 sends a lot of paladins over here to help. Pikemen go to intercept. Pikemen actually do very well. They all die, but they do quite a bit of damage considering how cheap they are and how expensive paladins are. And the Kipchaks kite backwards. These hussars try to break through this wall, but they were no match for camel riders here. Pancake is pulled left to defend against these. We'll clean them up. Meanwhile, Pat has been flooding, mostly trash units, some Huskarls forward. Kratos sends a huge force of cavalry archers. 50 cavalry archers. Oh, this poor castle is not long for this world. That's gonna be a Dow castle. Oh, they're gonna run past it. They just, nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. Oh, they see it. Okay. Kipchaks are doing quite well, though. I never realized how much pierce armor the heavy cavalry archers actually have. But they get pushed back by the Kipchaks' fire. Another force accumulating up here. While some distracting forces mess with the skirmishers up here. Skirmishers against Huskarls is not great. But there's enough of them. Siege begins. Will's trebuchet? That is a long trebuchet shot. Alright. Another attempt at hussars. Not sure why. Hussars against stone walls is not great, but it does successfully pull Pancake's forces back to the left. Meanwhile, big push coming from the right side. Huskarls, cavalry archers, and bevy of kept rams. These two trebuchets should be able to take out this castle. But Huskarls are very good against this many archers. Will it go up? Castle does go up. There's now 2 castles here. These rams should be able to take out this castle very quickly though. Will is forced to run, but instead of retreating, he, I think, is pushing straight into their base. Yeah, he'll be going for the villas here. Finds a good choke point. Moves for the villas instead, who are building a defensive castle. Pancake, meanwhile, has pushed forward. Devil has pushed forward, trying to finally take this castle down. 3-pronged fight here. Some skirmishing up here. A siege up here. And these Kipchaks going ham on trade carts over here. Oh no, the Rams. Wherever Pat waypoints his armies, it is always a terrifying sight. Kipchaks are still running around and back. Quite a bit of siege running through the right side. They may collapse. Oh. Pancake's camels come back to clean up. They should make short work of these skirmishers and this trebuchet. But there are quite a few paladins behind it. Right side force has been cleaned up. Kipchak still being a huge nuisance. About 20 of them, so they've taken heavy losses, but they've left a trail of bodies in their wake. And actually, lost a lot of units here, just forgotten in the back here. They're still sniping trade carts everywhere. There's been a lot of losses for Team 1. Meanwhile, Team 2 pushes forward, but this is a lot coming here to defend. And yeah, Team 1 pulls back. Camels and Chokunus. The Hussars won't be particularly useful, but these will be hard. Kipchak's still running around, making a full tour of the back of the base. Looks like they will get intercepted by these Hussars. Battle here. Also some skirmishing up here as well. Camel riders against paladins. Camels aren't super tanky, but they have a huge attack bonus against cavalry. So do pikemen, and so these are pretty good. Just dancing back and forth though. Probably leaving them to die. Still 3 Kipchaks left. They've made a full circle. Team 1 is massing up again. I think these Huskars have followed the entire lap of the back, following those Kipchaks. This one guy's still going. This man deserves a medal. He's still dodging. I think he's safe too. Battle is joined over here. No, Team 2 retreats, actually. There are quite a few Huskars coming in this way, though. Oh, is he gonna survive? Oh no, he finally gets taken down. Ripping pieces. Needs to make short work of this army. Big battle up here. We'll see if these paladins are able to chase down the Chokunu. They would do. The Chokunu are forced to retreat. The KO has been taken. But a lot of camel riders coming to reinforce. That will actually lose all of his paladins. That's a very, very costly loss. Still a lot of units here though. Oh, Pat has switched into champions, which are very good. And Team 2 successfully holds. Bloodbath up here. There's a trail of bodies. Skirmishers. A ridiculous number of siege rams and cavalry archers. Battle up here. Will has done an amazing job keeping his Kipchak numbers up. Still has 54 again, even though he lost the first group. And look at that spread of arrows. Pat goes in by himself up here. Mostly trash units though. Oh, that's a bad fight to take. Yeah, these guys are noping out of there. Kipchaks are pushing forward quite a bit though. Especially with these rams backing up, they'll be able to do quite a bit of damage. 3 bombard cannons. They do get caught out by Kipchaks. Yeah, loses 1 for free. Pulls some of these forces over here as well. Actually pulls all of these forces over here. Team 1 sends all of their forces to the right to deal with these Kipchaks. Don't know if they've learned a lesson though, but Kipchaks are mobile enough to run wherever. Oh, bad waypoint, loses all of these heavy losses just walking past the archers. Second battle up here. Devil's units are coming in. Meanwhile, Pancake has started a siege on this side. There's a 3-pronged attack here. Will pulls his Kipchaks back though. Quite a few houses killed though on this side. Oh my god, that went down fast. Pat will start streaming units into their bases now too. Skirmishers up here. Might lose this castle. Will be a trade for this castle. Oh, these poor rams. This Hussars will make short work of them, especially with their bonus damage. Scary army here, lots of paladins. But Pat's barracks are right here, so it's very hard to push in through this. Multiple things happening on the map at once. A couple of infantry forces harassing the map. Big fight in the middle here. Lots of Kipchaks skirmishing over here as well. Death ball of Kipchaks. Skirmishers are pushed back. Kipchaks are pushed back, but they'll be back for more, I think. Pancake finds a nice choke point for his trebuchets to siege his castle. These Hussars just looped around the side to see if they can get a flank, but it's a choke on both sides. Hussars into camels and a choke is not where you want to be. You know, the biggest wither on base fire. Choking these. Meanwhile, Pat gets a nice pick with these pikemen. Takes out quite a few siege rams almost for free here. Pancake might lose these to these trebuchets though. There's battles everywhere, it's hard to keep track. There's a siege going on the left. Pat sending it up the middle. Blue is sending up a contingent of Huskarls. What are they going to do? Oh, they might snipe this castle. These Hussars won't take them out very quickly. Blue is... Pancake is meanwhile sieging up the left side as well. This castle does go down. They lose the forces, but cutting Kipchak reduction would do wonders. Team 1's Goths is also flooding pikemen in here into this right side. Pat has been continually streaming Huskarls, trying to get some revenge for that castle probably by taking this. Pancake on the side. Looks like he'll pull back soon. Or will he fight this? Oh, he fights it. Could be bad. Stationary cavalry workers can't take on camels though. Pancake will retreat here. Has some good reinforcements coming up though. Meanwhile, Pat's been sending things that everywhere to attack, and Team 2 keeps littering paladins everywhere. Another attack comes on the right side. Team 2 has some interesting trade routes going, down this way and also up this way at the same time. Battle is joined. There's just too many Kipchaks here though. Team 1 has never been able to get rid of this death ball of Kipchaks, and even these high Pierce Armor units just can't make headway. Pat sends some Huskarls up here as well, but we'll lose them to these Paladins. Still has this though. I think they sniped this town center as well, yeah. The one that was here. Will Pancake go for a second attack? Will has pushed back up with Kipchaks. Holding the high ground. Although everyone else is on the same ground now as well. Will has managed to get some of the most mobile units in the game and some of the most immobile units in the game for his army composition, which is fairly amazing. He's doing work up here. Past halberdiers are making him sweat. Kratos will send all of his cav archers to the right side of the map to deal with this army. Will's Kipchaks have been pulling their armies left and right into the back all game long. Pancake starts to set up a slow push with bombard towers. He only has one trebuchet for actual siege, but has a very healthy front line of camels and chokunus in the back. Pat being a non-stop nuisance in the middle though. Keeps losing his army, but like Goths, he's always able to replenish his army, so he's very willing to make that trade. Kratos' cav archers do make it back, but aren't able to make a dent in these Kipchaks. Will slowly pulls back while letting his rams do some of the work. Oh, quick push up here. No siege, so he won't be able to pick out units very quickly, but is able to use that cover to build up some bombard towers. I don't know how Pat got this tower up, but it's here and it's doing work. Starting to go down on these Goth production buildings. There's a lot of stables, surprisingly, as opposed to barracks. Three-pronged attack here. Here. Good trebuchets against the tree line. And we'll start sieging this castle. Goes up. Pat's army just kind of tying up a whole force here. Kratos brings some of his cavalry archers back this way. Meanwhile, the Goths are trying to push through the right side, but are not able to push in once again. Some defensive fortifications here. Pancake finds a nice choke point. Might go a little too far forward though. Meanwhile, Pat's flood is just keeping a constant barrage up here. Chases back the cavalry archers. Losses on both sides. What is Pat's KD? 1,000 units lost, but has taken 800 with him. Almost 900. Bad on the right side. Kipchak's firing uphill, or we're on the same hill now. So not the most optimal engagement, but has again a great death ball of Kipchaks. They're able to kite around and pick off units one by one. And Pat comes in to reinforce with some extra cannon fodder. They act as a very good meat shield for these Kipchaks. And they look very healthy, healthily holding on this right side. Pancake pushing up the left. The minefield of bombard towers. Is up against two armies though. That could be dangerous. He'll probably lose all of his camel front line. Has to pull back. Meanwhile, Pat's forces are starting to break through here. May break through this again. And Will's Kipchaks push forward once again. Emergency castle trying to protect this trade route over here. We'll see if it manages to go up. Pat's broken through the middle. Two armies on the left fighting against 2v1 against Pancake, but lots of stationary fortifications. So they're going to take heavy losses while they do so. The Goth Flood has entered the base. Really a fight on three fronts here. Slowly the siege rams make their way up. Reinforcing camels to make the front line. Castle does go up, defensive castle. Looks like Team 2 is about to break through though. They have their very safe trade line behind this great wall here. He is holding against his army. Pat's pushed through the middle. Will is about to take down this castle. And I think his Kipchaks are about to find this trade route as well. First GG is called by Devil. Yeah, Team 1 calls GG. 1 hour and 36 minutes slugfest over here. We got trade going down here. Some broken walls here. And the bombards.
Yeah.
Lots of choking up on the left side. This is a crazy game. It's constant fights on three ends. Up and down this hill. Control for this center hill. And also up and down this left fortification. This part was a little more flat, so it was a little more choke points than anything else. But yeah, it was a... We all needed a very big breath at the end of this game. Team 1 did an excellent job of macroing. Their economy shot up much faster than the rest of our team very quickly. Myself in particular, I was far behind. Largely as a result of starting with the archer push. But I didn't recover for quite a while. But the game went long enough. Both teams kind of went for death balls, at least at first. And bought enough time for both teams to kind of equalize economically, or at least equalize enough that it didn't matter. Our team microed a little better, particularly Will's Kipchaks were insane. They dragged the army back and forth across the whole map, making it so that Team 1 had opportunities to attack where they had to go back and defend. Even still, their pushes were very strong. They were only really stopped by the reinforcing flood from, I don't know how many barracks is this? 15 here at least. But yeah, it was a fun game.